Look at some of the more famous names who are receiving honours. Here's Peter Main.
There are birthday honours for 672 people from the world of politics, the arts, sport, commerce and industry. There are no new life peers in the list, but there are 3 new companions of honour. Lord Eccles, who's 80 this year, receives the award for political and public services, especially to the arts. Lord Eccles was the arts minister in the early 70s. The architect Sir Philip Powell also receives the award. A specialist in the design of public buildings, Sir Philip was the man who created the Skylon, symbol of the 1951 Festival of Britain. Professor Friedrich Hayek becomes a companion of honour for his work as an economist. A naturalised Briton who lives in West Germany, Professor Hayek is one of the leading gurus of monetarist economics. The financial journalist Patrick Sargent is one of 27 new knights. In charge of the Daily Mail City desk for almost 25 years, he's the doyen of Fleet Street City editors. Film director David Lean also receives a knighthood. Starting off as a clapperboard boy in the late 20s, Lean rose to direct films like Brief Encounter and Dr. Zhivago, Bridge on the River Kwai and Lawrence of Arabia, which both won Oscars. He's now working on the film of E.M. Forster's novel A Passage to India, his first film for 14 years. There's a CBE for the actor Timothy West. With a host of stage, screen and television performances behind him, he's currently starring in the ITV comedy series Brass. He was also artistic director of the Old Vic in the early 80s. Lady Evelyn Barbarolli, one of Britain's finest oboe players, gets the OBE. The widow of the conductor Sir John Barbarolli, she's written extensively about her art and taught many young musicians. George Chisholm, a musician of a rather different kind, also gets the OBE. A fine jazz trombonist, he's also well known for his comedy appearances on stage and television. Television personality Johnny Morris is awarded the OBE. His animal and travel programmes for the BBC have been popular with audiences of all ages since the 50s.
Let's see if we can get the bowl, shall we? Hey, you dropped your bowl up there.
Percy Thrower, television's first gardening superstar, becomes an MBE. He's been passing on gardening tips since 1947. He still appears regularly on Blue Peter, as well as running his own garden centre and nursery business in Shrewsbury. There's an OBE for Richard Noble, who recaptured the world land speed record for Britain last year. He clinched the record in the Nevada desert. His jet-propelled car thrust to, covering the measured mile at over 633 miles per hour. Betty Calloway, the woman behind the ice dance champions Jane Torville and Christopher Dean, becomes an MBE. She's coached the pair to near perfect marks over the past 6 years.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6 is there.
There are 2 new MBEs from Wales. Despite his name, Mike England is manager of the Wales soccer squad. A former Spurs player, he also made 44 appearances for Wales. Eddie Thomas was a British and European boxing champion himself before becoming a manager. He steered Howard Winston and Ken Buchanan to world titles and now hopes to do the same for Colin Jones. From Scotland, former rugby international Jim Telfer becomes an MBE. He's still Scotland's most capped number 8. Telfer now coaches the Scottish team. Last season, Scotland won the Triple Crown and the Grand Slam. Finally, among the 308 new MBEs in the birthday honours list, there's a Yorkshireman called Arthur Scargill. No, it's not the miners' leader. This Arthur Scargill is a tax collector who lives in Shipley. And that's all from the newsroom.
And Her Majesty the Queen's official birthday is also marked by the ceremony of trooping the colour in front of Her Majesty on Horse Guards Parade. And you can see live coverage of the event beginning at 10:40 tomorrow morning on BBC One. Well, now it's nearly 7 minutes past 1. And that's all from us this evening. As usual, a reminder that Radio 2 is on the air all night, providing entertainment. At the moment, you can join Jean Chalice on her night ride. But now it's time for me, David Wheel, to wish you a very peaceful night from all of us here at the Television Centre in London, and I hope that you can join us again tomorrow. Good night.